Stop what you're doing right now. I'm serious. Just pause for a second. Now, here's something that's going to mess with your head. The decision you just made to pause. Or maybe you didn't pause. Maybe you kept listening. That choice might have been made 13.8 billion years ago. Before the Earth existed. Before the sun was born. Before there was even a you to make choices. And by the time this video ends, you're going to question whether any decision you've ever made was actually yours. I'm going to tell you about an experiment that happened in a lab, a discovery that Einstein called impossible, and a question that's haunting the brightest minds in physics right now. But I need you to stick with me, because what I'm about to show you will change how you see every choice you make for the rest of your life. Ready? Let's destroy your sense of free will, and then maybe, just maybe, rebuild it into something even more incredible. Welcome back to my channel. What you're about to hear connects quantum physics, neuroscience, and philosophy in a way that will make you question the very nature of reality itself. So here's my promise. If you watch this entire video, you'll never look at a simple decision like what to have for breakfast tomorrow the same way again. Let's start with something that shouldn't exist, but does. Right now, as you're listening to my voice, there are particles in your brain that are connected to particles on the other side of the universe. Not connected through space, not connected through signals traveling at light speed, but connected in a way that transcends everything we thought we knew about reality. This is quantum entanglement. When two particles become entangled, they share a connection that Einstein called spooky action at a distance. He hated this idea so much that he spent the last decades of his life trying to prove it was impossible. Measuring one particle instantly affects its partner, even if they're separated by billions of light years. No signal, no delay, just instant, impossible connection. Einstein was wrong. Experiment after experiment has proven that our universe really does have these invisible threads connecting everything, including, potentially, the neurons firing in your brain right now. But here's where the story takes a terrifying turn. What if those connections were established at the moment of the Big Bang? What if the particles that make up your consciousness right now are still entangled with their quantum partners from 13.8 billion years ago? And what if that means your next thought, your next decision, your next breath is already echoing through the cosmos before you're even aware you're going to think it? I'm going to take you deeper. Scientists hooked people up to brain scanners and asked them to make a simple choice. Raise your left hand or your right hand whenever you feel like it. Just a spontaneous decision. But here's what they discovered. The brain scanners could predict which hand people would raise up to 10 seconds before the person reported making the choice. 10 whole seconds. Think about that. Your brain was already committed to raising your right hand while you still felt like you were freely deciding between left and right. You weren't making a choice. You were discovering a choice that had already been made. Now, some scientists say, wait, that's just classical determinism. Your brain is just a biological machine following the laws of physics. But quantum mechanics throws a wrench into that neat explanation. Unlike the predictable clockwork universe Newton described, the quantum world operates on probability and uncertainty. Particles exist in multiple states simultaneously, what physicists call superposition, until something observes them and forces them to choose a single state. This quantum uncertainty is where some brilliant minds think free will might hide. Maybe consciousness itself is a quantum phenomenon. Maybe your awareness can actually collapse quantum possibilities into specific realities. Maybe you really are free, in the smallest, strangest way possible. But I'm about to show you why even that hope might be an illusion. What if your active observation, your conscious awareness itself, is also predetermined? Recent experiments suggest that the way we measure quantum systems might itself be determined by quantum entanglements that were established long before we even existed. Picture this nightmare scenario. You think you're freely choosing to observe something, But that choice to observe was encoded in quantum relationships 13.8 billion years ago. You're not making a free decision. You're fulfilling a cosmic script that was written before Earth was even a possibility. This creates what philosophers call an infinite regress. If even your awareness of choice is determined, then your ability to question free will is determined, and your reaction to learning that your questioning is determined is also determined. It's turtles all the way down, and you're not driving any of them. Now comes the part that should scare anyone who cares about justice, love, or meaning. If every choice is predetermined, if every act of kindness, every crime, every moment of creativity was scripted by the universe billions of years ago, then what happens to moral responsibility? When we put someone in prison, are we punishing them for something they never had the power to avoid? When we celebrate heroes, are we celebrating inevitable cosmic events rather than genuine courage? When you tell someone you love them, is that a meaningful choice or just particles following their predetermined dance? Some people hear this and slide into nihilism. If nothing is truly chosen, then nothing really matters. But hold on, because the story isn't over. Here's a possibility that will bend your mind. What if our predetermined choices are actually part of what creates the universe that predetermined them? Stay with me on this. If quantum mechanics suggests that observation shapes reality, and if consciousness is quantum, then maybe our predetermined choices are part of a cosmic feedback loop. Maybe we're living in what physicists call a bootstrap universe, one that brings itself into existence through quantum mechanical self-consistency. Your choice to keep watching this video might be simultaneously caused by the Big Bang and part of what makes the Big Bang possible. You might be both the universe's puppet and one of its authors. But here's the strangest twist in this entire mystery. Even if free will is completely illusory, we still have to live as if it's real. Even the most committed determinist still feels genuine regret, still experiences real love, still makes plans for the future. The experience of choosing remains real whether the choice itself is free or not. Maybe that's the key hiding in plain sight. We exist in the gap between quantum possibility and quantum reality. Whether that gap represents genuine freedom or just the subjective experience of following a cosmic script, it's where meaning lives. It's where love exists. It's where every story worth telling unfolds. Consider this: the fact that you, a collection of quantum particles that emerged from stellar explosions, can even contemplate your own consciousness, might be the most remarkable thing in the universe. Whether you're freely thinking about free will or the universe is using you to think about itself, something profound is happening in this moment. So here we are at the end of this journey through the quantum nature of choice itself. And now you face the ultimate test of everything we've discussed. Right now, you're about to make a decision. Maybe you'll click on another video. Maybe you'll sit quietly and think about what you've just heard. Maybe you'll dismiss this entire exploration as philosophical nonsense and go make a sandwich. But here's the question that will follow you. Is this choice truly yours to make? Or are you about to discover a decision that quantum entanglement wrote into the fabric of space-time before your first breath? The universe might already know your answer. The particles in your brain might already be committed to your next move. But you still have to choose to find out what that move will be. And maybe, just maybe, that experience of choosing, whether it's ultimately free or determined, is exactly what makes you magnificently, mysteriously human. An next move is yours, or was it always? What did you decide? Was your choice to watch this predetermined, or did you genuinely choose to explore one of the deepest mysteries of existence? Let me know in the comments, if you're free to do so.